VTL, I hated in the beginning. I live near the train station. There's trains that go into the city. So let me go visit this gentleman. And let me talk to him like a gentleman. And maybe he would understand why I don't like what he's doing. But then after the initial bravado, immature, dumb guy stuff went away, I looked at it and I started laughing my ass off. Like how he was saying, my father used to do a big hand. He gave everybody a big hand. He had these big paws. And instead of clapping, everybody give him a big hand. Vince was so funny. There's a picture because my old man is in the Hall of Fame for wrestling coaches on Long Island. There's a picture of him giving a big hand, but it's kind of coming down a little bit like this. So Vince my father was giving a speech or something, and Vince takes the picture and puts a bunch of little Nazi kids around the wrestling mat. I'm like, what's my rule, guys? If it's funny, you have no right to be mad, and you are being a complete hypocrite to yourself, and you're making life not as fun as it can be. So if someone does something funny, even if it's at your expense or your family's expense, not hurting anyone or having malicious intent, if someone does something funny and it makes you laugh, you got a friend for life. That's how I feel, guys.
Hello? Oh, the police are coming to me now. Look at that.
Good afternoon, fraudulent conveyance fans. That's right. I heard that there is someone out there doing something they probably shouldn't have. But we're going to get into all the details. I know there's been these allegations that my good buddy, Stuttering John Edward Melendez, has conveyed his real property, or at least his ownership in his real property, in his mom's place in Cape Coral, completely to his mother. I don't know if any of this is true yet.
Business guy
we're going to get into exactly what happened, and we're going to have some attorneys and estate planners come in and give us some background as to what could happen if you do something like that. And again, this is not a legal show. Do not rely upon anything that is said here, even by my guests, as legal advice. If you ever need your own legal advice, get your own attorney. Don't ever rely upon a show, especially this show. We do a comedy show here. It's not for anyone looking for legal advice. But let's get into what actually occurs when we're dealing with the transfer of property. And this will touch on some legal subjects. And you yourself may benefit from this. Sometimes some of you out there will be subject to creditors. A creditor is someone that you owe money to for one reason or another, or if you know you're going to be sued. This is very important. If you know you're going to be sued, can you just transfer your assets away? Can an attorney or the person that's suing you get all your assets? Some assets are exempt. Exempt assets mean that no matter what happens, the judgment cannot attach to those exempt assets. So that's the technical stuff. This is a fun show here, but whenever you go for any type of asset protection, it is generally for rich white people. When we say asset protection, it's something where you have assets and a significant amount of assets that you can afford to pay for someone as good looking as this guy. Look at that perfect hairline, white, look at the nice glasses. Now these asset protection attorneys, and I'm not sure if this guy's an actual attorney or just looks like one, but either way, my roommate in law school was this very, very smart, the smartest guy I've ever met, ever. In fact, he was so nervous about one class, he decided to take a pass or a fail. So in law school, you can, I think, do 2 classes as a pass or a fail. You won't get an actual grade on it. So he was nervous that he didn't do well in the class. And then he said, well, I'm going to do pass fail. And he passed. And he ended up having the highest grade in the class, Matt Policastro. Love the guy, nerdy guy, but again, one of the smartest people I know. And he went into asset protection law. It's a big area for rich white people and sometimes other people that have money as well. But the point is, you actually need money to spend, and you have to have at least 4, 5, 6 million minimal to really get into good asset protection, because otherwise you see what people do is they just start giving away their money. They put all their assets in their wife's name. They think, oh, that's going to be okay. So that's what this guy is going to tell us. Now, I don't want to speak about John R. Melendez. I don't know if this quit claim deed that has been shown is true. I haven't verified it yet at all. So this all could be a joke. So I'm just going to use a hypothetical. And again, do not rely upon my advice, anything here. When you're making a legal decision, you got to get your own attorney. This is just for entertainment purposes only, but you may find some of this interesting because you may face this in your life.
Limited. In this video, we're going to cover why you don't transfer your assets to mama once you get sued. Some people ask us, can I transfer my assets to my mother or can I transfer them to my kids? Is that an effective asset protection strategy? And the reason it's not is because of this fraudulent transfer or fraudulent conveyance, both meaning the same thing. With a fraudulent conveyance, that's transferring the assets away from the creditor to try to keep the creditor from collecting on a judgment. Now here's what happens if you try to transfer assets to mama. Let's say you have a house or rental property that's unprotected. Let's say you have money that's unprotected, and you transfer that to your kids or to mama or to somebody else, another family member, relative, friend, whatever it is. You will get a fraudulent conveyance ruling.
Do you always look at what people have in the background of the videos? Because I tune out after a while, but I'm always looking to see what kind of art they have. He puts this guitar here, and obviously they do it intentionally. A lot of attorneys put all their awards that they won behind them, and I guess there is some advantage to doing that psychologically. White people love collecting sports artifacts. They love having that in the background. I have no idea what this TP type thing is, but either way, what we're looking for in terms of someone who could protect our assets, someone who looks like he has assets, right? They have to look like they actually have assets to protect. What these attorneys and groups do, and this is not specific to this guy and to anyone else, but from the information that I have from my old roommate, good old Matt Policastro, was that they set up these trusts at offshore locations, and not just any offshore location. There has to be safety in what they do, and those really are the best. I don't have enough money to do it, but I know that those are the best, and that's what this company does as well.
So what will happen is the opposing counsel will subpoena your bank records. They'll ask you what you have and what you had. But the key thing is they're going to look for fairly recent asset transfers. If you transfer it to a family member, now that's easy for the judge to seize the money from a bank account that's in the name of your family members. That is by and large a civil matter. Even California that have added some semblance of criminal elements to a fraudulent conveyance. The key thing there is...
This is very interesting. So people hear the word fraud or fraudulent conveyance and they think that it's criminal. Remember, there's two aspects of law we're speaking about. Criminal law, which can result in you losing your freedom, going to prison, and potentially paying a fine. And civil law, which generally can only result in a monetary judgment, generally. So you have criminal law and you have civil law. And they say, well, is a fraudulent conveyance criminal? Everything depends on where you live. And again, get your own attorney if you have any questions with regard to this. But if for some reason you claim that you live in California because you want to avoid, let's say, a lawsuit in New York, well, then California law will apply in terms of criminal law. I don't know. This guy's claiming that a fraudulent conveyance, which is generally something that's civil, not criminal, could potentially be criminal in California. Imagine that. So when you think that you're smart and you're going to put an old address from California, let's say, you may be subjecting yourself to criminal law by doing a fraudulent conveyance. Generally speaking, it wouldn't be criminal. In New York, it most likely would not be criminal. But apparently, according to this guy, it could be criminal in California. Again, if you have any questions, if you did anything like this recently, I would say get your own attorney at all. Don't rely upon anything I'm saying.
It has intent, very specific intent. So in that case, if you have your money in an international trust, whether international law firm / trustee, where they can step in to protect you, they just have a piece of paper that says fraudulent conveyance, but they can't access the funds. But if somebody makes the mistake...
What this guy is saying, if you set it up properly, like my good buddy Matt Policastro would do, is that, yeah, I can get a judgment against you, and I could say you fraudulently conveyed real property, assets, any type of assets, securities, cash, but I can't do anything with it because the money is protected at an offshore trust with the attorneys there, and there's no reach by the courts to do it. Now, if you're dumb, you just transfer things into your sister's name, your mother's name, things like that. That's the purpose of this guy's video here today.
Of transferring the assets to mama or kid. The fraudulent conveyance in that case is enforceable because typically in those cases, the assets are still within the judge's reach. So the key thing is if you fraudulently transfer assets to a relative, they will sue the relative. They'll sue mama. They'll sue your kids. They'll sue your buddy. They'll sue whoever you transfer the assets to and get the assets away from them. And that will not be a happy day on Thanksgiving. So the key thing is
those were not my sound effects or graphics. That was actually this guy's.
Don't use fraudulent conveyance as an asset protection method because it simply won't work.
And again, we just spoke about, and this is a different attorney this is an actual attorney presenting this on fraudulent conveyance. Again, generally it's civil. But if for some reason you wanted to project to everyone that you're living in California, for example, they're claiming that it can be a crime, a criminal crime, which you can go to either prison or jail for, which is interesting because a lot of times people get advice from a friend. They say, hey, duck the service, say you don't live at your mom's house in New York, things like that. They'll say things like that. And then they'll come up, well, I live in Florida or I live in California. Well, the really cool thing about the law in New York now with regard to any type of fraudulent conveyances is that it applies the law where the guy claims to have resided or where the property resides. It is very, very strict now in New York. What happens is how these laws evolve is that people come up with ways to try and avoid paying their debts. And the people that write these specific statutes are extremely intelligent. And they've come up with many different ways. People try and avoid these at all costs. But the cool thing is the law has evolved so much to the point where it's virtually impossible. Unless you're paying really good money, you have really good attorneys, and you have really good trusts that are outside of the jurisdiction of the United States. But I would be very careful, and this is a warning for everyone, always get your own attorney. Don't rely upon what I'm saying when you're doing a fraudulent conveyance, especially if you claim that you live in California. Especially, because apparently, according to this, I don't know if it's true or not. I'm not registered to practice law in California, so you would need to have a California attorney. But these attorneys are claiming that is a crime. It's not a crime in New York. But here's the biggest thing that you have to be aware of. Once you transfer that money or asset to somebody, then the plaintiff, the creditor, can sue the person that you transfer the money to. It's called a transferee. They can sue them. And guess what? In 2020, New York updated the law and really came into uniform with many other state laws. And then the attorneys are allowed to get attorney's fees for collecting against a transferee. So let's just say you dopely transfer your house to your dad. Well, then the creditor can sue your dad. And now, since 2020, if it's past that date in 2020, then they can get attorney's fees for prosecuting that lawsuit, for filing that lawsuit, for all the fees that are going through it, even if you don't pay your current attorney. So let's say you worked at a law firm and you had that attorney do it. No, you're entitled to reasonable attorney's fees. So whoever the transferee is, whether it's a mom, the dad, now if it is determined that it is a fraudulent conveyance, that person does not only have to give back the asset, they're going to have to pay your legal fees at the reasonable rate. In New York City, it's kind of expensive.
Question that always comes up is whether or not a fraudulent transfer is a crime. In about 18 states of the United States, it's some form of criminal act. It can be a misdemeanor, it can be a felony. In California, I believe it could actually be both, not just a misdemeanor.
Oh, so that's interesting. This woman's saying that if you're claiming that the transfer took place, that the debtor was in California, then she's saying it could even be a felony. That's interesting. Again, I don't know. I don't practice law in California. Don't ever rely upon me for California law or even New York law. Get your own attorney.
And it's going to depend. And again, whether it's considered a fraudulent transfer from a criminal standpoint is going to depend on, how the judge sees the circumstances, sees what you did, what was the intent under the circumstance. Now, review them if you're making a transfer, so it'll help you to kind of determine whether or not what you're doing might look like a fraudulent transfer.
And it's very interesting. So you may ask your attorney, is what I just did going to be considered a fraudulent transfer. Now they took away the word fraud. They use avoidable transfer. You may see that in New York. So if you're Googling New York law, it's voidable transfer. No big deal. It's the same exact thing. No one particular act is going to constitute fraud in terms of fraudulent transfer. What they have is this system called badges. And if you have one or two badges, if you have two badges, most likely the judge is going to determine that the transaction is a fraudulent transaction. However, we need to understand that the courts don't just make a hardline decision. They're going to evaluate. So they use this badge system, and every time you do qualify for one of these badges, is not necessarily good for you. It's going to say that it's more likely that your intent was to defraud the creditor. So let's just go through the first badge here that she puts up. The transfer or obligation to an insider, meaning did you transfer this asset to someone for whom you are related to, that you have control over, something like that?
So the first one is if you transfer something to an insider. Who is an insider? Boom! Well, an insider is somebody...
I agree wholeheartedly. Let's just say in our hypothetical, we have Stuttering Juan, not John, Stuttering Juan transferring his house to his dad, for example. And his dad's name is Mouth, not Ralph. So Stuttering Juan, I would say Stuttering Juan clearly transferred this to an insider, right? I mean, there's really no question. There's not even placating anything here. In our hypothetical where Stuttering Juan transfers his house or his interest in a house to his dad, Mouth.
That is either related to you, somebody that's under your control. Boom! Did the debtor retain any possession or control of the property transferred after? Did you hide what you were doing? Did you...
Hold on. We got to back this up. I don't know why we're recording. That's the wrong button there. Boom! Badge number 2. The debtor retained possession or control of the property transferred after the transfer. I mean, we're 2 for 2 so far in our hypothetical. This has nothing to do with anyone in reality. This is just a hypothetical. My good buddy, Stuttering Juan, not John, Stuttering Juan here. He would, in our situation, when he gave his house to his dad in terms of his deed, he stayed in the property. The dad was nowhere to be found. So yeah, for absolutely number 2 would be definitely one that would legitimately say that this is part of a badge for fraudulent
transferred
transfer.
After. Did you hide what you were doing?
Now, hide what you're doing. I would say for my hypothetical, it's hard to hide. It's actually technically not proper to hide a real property transfer. Someone apparently got this thing. I haven't seen the actual document yet. This is all alleged with regard to John Edward Melendez. But here, I would say no. It would be almost impossible to hide that real property transfer because you have to file something publicly.
Did you get sued before you made the transfer?
What do you think?
Boom! Boom! Boom!
Yeah, I agree. So here, what the courts will look at is, did you anticipate a debt? So it's not just that you have a current debt or a current judgment where you lost a lawsuit. Did you do something that would make you realize that you're about to be sued? For example, if you get into a car accident and then the next day you transfer the house to your mom or your dad. Yeah, the courts are going to say, even if you're not sued yet, you had some knowledge that you were most likely going to be sued. So then we're going to give you this badge of honor here, badge number 4. Were you aware of some obligation? And if our hypothetical where we have Stuttering Juan, let's say that he knew that he was going to get sued. He saw lawsuits. He was ducking process servers. And then let's say he receives an email from opposing counsel that it has the summons and complaint. And then after all that, our good buddy Stuttering Juan, not John, Juan, then does some form of a transfer. The courts, of course, are going to say, you're not going to outsmart us. We know this badge number 4 will apply to you. So now if you start racking up 2 or 3, 4 badges, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, most likely the courts are going to say that. Again, get your own attorney if you need any legal advice.
Was there a threat of the suit before you made the transfer? Was there a judgment? If you do that, so you transfer everything at one time.
So another badge, the transfer was substantially all the debtor's assets.
Then that is going to be looked at as an intent to not pay your creditor.
And also, if you think about this, let's say you were getting sued for $1.2 million and you had $5 million. And in addition, you just transfer a crappy house that's worth, let's say, $300,000, you transfer interest away. Well, then you're not really going to be viewed as something that it was fraudulent conveyance because you had enough assets to cover the debt. I mean, a lot of times it's just simple math.
There's really not much to say about that.
The debtor absconded, meaning they left. That's not going to apply to my good buddy, Stuttering Juan.
If you run away with the money, if you remove or conceal assets, if you remove them out of the country and you're not upfront and honest about it,
yeah, that we can't say applies to our hypothetical.
Then, it's possible that a judge is going to look unfavorably upon it. Here's an interesting one. Consideration. What was received in exchange for whatever it is you transferred?
Boom!
So,
yeah, for example, if you're Stuttering Juan and you sell your interest, which is 1/2 of real property, to someone for, let's say, $20. Clearly, they're not getting the equivalent value. It doesn't have to be fair market value, but it has to be equivalent value, reasonably equivalent value. That's a huge red flag for all this. And generally, when you have these types of cases, when they even come to me or I'm prosecuting them in terms of civilly, they have a discrepancy, meaning they do it because they're trying to shield assets from a creditor.
whenever you're talking about whether something was given away as a gift versus sold for fair market value, you have to look at what was received in return for what was given. If I just give my child $100,000, that's a clear gift. Therefore, that's a transfer. It went from me to my child. Child didn't give anything back. If I had a creditor, chances are they'll say that's a fraudulent transfer, and it's probably going to be pretty clear.
Come Fridays.
And again, the most important thing, and thank God for these legislatures. Thank God for the Democrats in my state of New York. And all of you come down hard on me saying, oh, Vince is not a real Democrat. Vince is a Republican. Well, guess what? In 2020, thank God for the Democrat Party. Now, if I'm in a situation where I need to sue a creditor who is transferring assets and has 1, 2, God knows, 3 badges in terms of fraudulent conveyance, I sue the person that he transferred the money to, and I'm entitled to reasonable attorney's fees. Even if I don't pay my attorney, the statute is very specific. Even if you don't pay your attorney, you are entitled to reasonable attorney's fees for all of that work against the mom, the dad, whoever the transferee is. Thank you, Democrats. And this is why I say, all you Republicans out there, you want to make fun of the poor legislators, the Democrats, thank God for the Democrats, because now I can add, if I was in that situation, we could add that mom right on there and we'll be entitled to attorney's fees. But for someone not making this transfer, we would have to pay our own fees and eat the cost. But the beautiful thing about a fraudulent conveyance, now in New York, after 2020, they're entitled, or someone's entitled to legal fees. How great is that? I mean, this is why you got to love the Democrats. Now, we were going through this Anthony and that other guy, Gavin merger. I saw this and it was kind of bothering me. Not that I know who these guys are, but I think they were one of the people that were fired. And they were saying that they were doing the tech for Anthony's show. Now, Anthony's show was on 35th Street, which is about like 7 blocks from me. It's right near my old office. And I know he was paying high rent and he was paying a lot of payroll and things like that. But I guess now the staff thinks that they're entertaining enough to do their own show. And then they start doing it. Their microphones suck. This actually got better. I don't know. They're doing it out of, I think, their basement or their mom's basement. But either way, I want to hear like what happened when the merger took place, how they got fired. That stuff is interesting to me.
And whatever else we're doing. Channel update, because someone asked me on Twitter before. So this week was all free because we want people to watch no matter what. But starting next week or whatever next round of shows we do, because I don't know if we're doing anything over the weekend, but at least half or more are going to be behind the Patreon paywall.
Completely or live on YouTube?
I think the best way is, again, for at least most of them, live, free.
Now, I don't know who these guys are at all, and maybe someone can inform me, but they're already starting to grip from their fans without really establishing a show. I mean, this, to me, would be their show, I think. and they believe that they're at the quality and at the level right now to start grifting from the fans on Patreon. I mean, it just boggles my mind how some people are so unrealistic in terms of their value.
But then if you missed it, it's immediately unlisted and you have to pay to see it.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Because I definitely understand, because this has been a recurring thing on Compound, and now like people paying for the service and then going, why is everyone else getting this for free? I fucking pay for this shit. So don't worry. You're going to pay for this shit and only get it. It'll be just for you.
And again, I don't know these characters and who they are, but apparently they all got fired. And it almost seems like they deserved it. And again, I don't know them. I don't know the situation, but this is just my opinion based upon their attitudes.
Literally said it like straight to my face. I can't believe it. And I wasn't even pleading for my job.
No,
I was very honest, and I said.
So apparently when they were getting fired, this broad was yapping about how they should save these two dopes. I have no idea why she was doing it, but that guy Gavin apparently yelled at her, said something funny to her while she's speaking up, while he's trying to get rid of all that.
I believe in this show, Garrett and Steve. I've been doing social media.
She believes in the Garrett. I think these guys are Garrett and Steve, but the fact is that they're trying to charge people for what they're doing now at this level of quality is insane to me. Now, again, maybe I'm just completely wrong, but I don't think these two were actually on the show or were a significant part of Anthony's show.
Yeah, and I'm the one doing customer service. So I can't believe I'm touching this paper wall. This is an iconic moment. Sorry.
Can that girl look any more Jewish? She looks just like my wife.
I see emails, I see tweets. I also was the one taking calls, so I know how many people are calling. So I'm like, you guys are making a mistake. Like, you don't have to take me. I'm ready. Like, I know, like, my days are over, but this is the best show. This is it.
This is the best show. I have no idea who these people are. And again, that's probably not fair. 727.
Vince, I just want to say I'm glad to see you back, buddy.
Who is this? Catalano?
That's me, buddy.
Do you mind if I disclose what you text me this morning?
Do you really want to?
Well, I think maybe it'll help. That's why.
Vince, if you think that'll help, go ahead. But I don't think it's a good idea. Versus being how bad.
Well, this is the problem. All right, so Joey needs money to go to NerdCon 2, which is in a few weeks. And I guess you were doing some form of a fundraiser, right?
Yeah, we started that one. Someone did one, yeah.
Why isn't Carl paying your whole way?
No, because I'm not actually part of anything. I don't know. I really don't. I didn't ask them, but I got my car rental done. I got the logistics done. What I can. YouTube don't pay till after I get back. We did all right this month. But
all right, so let's talk about the expenses then. You're driving to NerdCon from Florida. You rented a car?
Right. Yeah, I got a good car. I got a good deal for 7 days.
How much was the rental fee?
$222 out the door every day.
Oh, really? That's not bad. But you have your own car, right?
Yeah, but not to take a long trip. I got a van that's a lot older that I won't take it.
All right, fine. $200.
Put the miles on my van.
How much is the hotels there?
I got a hotel for 2 nights. We're taxed $222.
2 nights. All right, so let's just call it $500. So what? So Joey had asked me for what, like $5,000?
No, I didn't.
Well, how much
5,
more do you need? How much do you need?
I said I needed to raise about $500 or $600 more dollars.
Well, so far you only need $600. How much did you raise?
What about gas? Well, I already got paid to go. The car and the hotel's paid for. I already paid that.
How much did you raise?
I haven't raised nothing because I never went through with it because I thought that I was going to get paid before I left because I'm monetized. But we don't get paid to the 21st. Be my first time getting paid from YouTube.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was only asking Joe because Joey sent me a text that showed that he was doing a fundraiser, and it looked like you were close to the goal.
I was going to do it.
So you didn't get any of that money?
Yeah. I never did the fundraiser because I thought I miscalculated getting paid from YouTube.
I got you.
Yeah, that was my error. But I already paid for the hotel and paid for the car. It's already paid for. I paid for that. But But I got gas. I got some money towards gas. I got money that I had left on my credit card. But I mean, I'm going to be gone 7 days. 2 days of travel, 2 days there, 2 days back. You know, so it's going to be 7 days. You know.
No,
so
yeah. So how much is Shuli giving you?
I don't. Well, I asked Shuli to do. Let's do something like we did last time, where they raised some money while I went on his channel. We did some goofy stuff. So Shuli always gives me money. Whenever I'm in a jam, Shuli sends me money all the time. So you know, I mean, he'll help. But you know, I just called out to a couple people that I know that I can trust that could possibly help me. And like I said, I give it back to them when I got paid on the 21st. If they wanted to do that, I don't care. It's too much invested. Spider's got a plane ticket bought. Kahuna's got a plane ticket bought. Hotels paid. Cars paid. You know, I mean, I'm there. I just misjudged the date. I thought I was going to be paid before I left from YouTube for some reason.
I got what you're saying. I got what you're saying. So yeah, the money's coming in on the 21st, but the NerdCon is a few days before that, so you're not going to physically have the money.
Right.
I got you. So even a loan would do. But I'm so disappointed that the Shuli Network, with all their claimed money, is not paying talent like you to go there before you appear.
I wasn't asked to go to the show. I'm going to just network myself. Network with all the the fans that are in Shuli Network or Carl's that are going to be there. I'm just trying to network more fans to grow my channel. You know, this
Joe, I got
it's a business trip.
Yeah, it's a business trip, and you should be getting paid to go there. You're a star in the Dabbleverse, and people love to see you. I would love to see you compared to the Dues Pair or Carl. They did this to you when you went to Vegas. I did a whole video segment, Joey, on the fact that you had the most entertaining thing. You were there for the VIP meet and greet, and they didn't pay you.
Right. Well, Melton backed out. Melton was supposed to pay my whole way that time. I got the clip where he was going to pay our way both ways, and then he just gave me the tickets. He just paid for the tickets. He gave us the tickets. He changed up on us, you know, which I never called him out on it.
Sure, that's called a breach of contract.
Yeah, well, I didn't have a contract, though. It was just verbal.
No, verbal. I don't care. If Melton said he was paying your whole way, that's one, it's a breach of contract.
He owes you. He did it. He put it in a video. It's on a video, so we have it. So.
No, I find you credible. But the thing is, what I find incredible, the Dues Pair calls you whenever he needs you. He'll call you, and I know that you do a lot of work behind the scenes. Whenever they need to do that, the last one was that fake bit, whether they couldn't hear you or not. It is bullshit that you're not getting paid. All right, I'm going to talk to the Dues Pair and Carl and make sure that whatever the money you requested, I'll make sure that you have it from them before you leave. If you don't, then we could probably work out some form of a deal. But either way, Joey, I need you to record.
You want to put it in writing? I don't care.
Joey, I don't need writing for this.
Make sure that I got everything covered.
It is disgraceful that the Dues Payer has not paid you already. And forget about Joey. You're just talking about getting there and back, which is nice. But you need to get your appearance fee, and you need to get your per diem so you can eat. This happened to you last time.
Yeah, I know.
It's absolutely. Hold on a second.
I know.
No, not just. You can't just say no, Joey. They're taking advantage of you. 908. Go ahead.
Vince, it's Shuli.
All right, good. We got Shuli on the phone.
Anything.
That's not Shuli.
You're not paying Shuli. It sounds like Shuli. He's claiming it isn't. All right.
I talk to Shuli every day. That's not Shuli.
This is absolutely disgraceful. And you know what, Joey? They're making a lot of money. They go to Playboard all the time. I'm going to pull up what they're making on Playboard, and they need to pay you. Stay on the line. There's more calls. You want to call in and just... This is an absolute disgrace in the dabble. This is what bothers me about this. And that guy, Melton, if he agreed to pay for that Vegas trip, he owes you money too. 973, you're on with Joe Catalano.
This is crap, Joey. You asked me for money too for a loan, and Melton never said that he was going to fly out.
That's a lie. He did it in the beginning. That's a lie. Yes, he did. I'm not the fucking lie. Shut the fuck up. He did promise that in the beginning. Got it on fucking video. Don't fuck yourself up, Rocco. Don't know what you're fucking talking. Fuck you, Melton did. And he changed his mind. Don't fucking think it. But I ain't got the video. The video's out there.
All right, let that greasy wop respond. Go ahead, Rocco.
You're bullshit, Joe.
Every fucking dollar you got in your bank account. Melton fucking said he was going to pay our whole fucking freight in the beginning the very first time. Yes, he did. I got the fucking clip. So don't sit there and talk if you don't know.
You're a liar.
Rocco, I'm muting Joey. Go ahead, Rocco. What's your response to this, man? This is disgraceful. Again?
what? My response is, I don't want to wake up in the morning to being asked for money, Joey. I already sent you money last week. And you
How
never
much did
even
you send
thanked
them?
me.
How much did you send them?
I sent him $50 to come on one show, and then he called in. He called in for 5 minutes when he got arrested the other night, and I gave him $25.
Dude, you guys,
What am I
I'm
supposed
serious.
to do? How much am I supposed to pay these guys?
No, that's fine. But I'm saying for an appearance, Carl and Dewspair have to pay his way. Why are you breaking his balls getting there?
Doing anything? They don't offer anything. All they offer is a freak show that everyone wants to see, and once they see it, they're done with it. They're not doing anything at the show. Why would they pay for them to come out? Joey, did you include the price of tickets in your rundown of money you need, or do you just expect that you're getting free tickets?
All right, hold on. I'm going to unmute him and unmute him.
My fucking show. You're just a caller in the fucking show. It ain't even your fucking show. You don't know what business I got with you motherfucker.
Well, is Shuli paying you, though?
I want you to see my face and talk shit to me out with Dabicon. I promise you won't. I ain't fucking John either. I'm not fucking John.
It's a disgrace that you're not getting paid before you get there. This happened to Vegas
Fuck
in
that
St.
fucking son, I'll fucking run. That old motherfucker that he is. Okay? Fuck him.
All right, hold on. Let me get his
Motherfucker.
response. Go ahead, Rocco. I'll give you the last word.
Joey, you live worse than people in Somalia do. I would take that money and try and figure out how to get out of your current situation instead of wasting your time on these bogus trips that never work out for Catalano TV.
All right.
I'm saying this as a friend.
And I'm saying it to you, Rocco, and you're on the same group. And Joey, you're back on, and he's gone, so you don't have to scream. He's gone. But here's the thing. They need to pay you before you get there. That goes to the dues payer as well, because $1,000 to you, Joey, you'll have no problem, right? If you get an extra $1,000.
Listen, Shuli does a lot for me, so I don't expect nothing. Shuli gives me a lot of money when I go on. He pays me. Shuli's a stand-up guy. So Rocco don't even know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, forget
because
Rocco. Forget Rocco.
Say that. And
Let's just talk about how much Carl. Listen, so you already paid for the car, so you just need gas per diem, which is like to eat each day. Then your appearance fee. Let's see. So I'll say like $5K to appear per diem, like $150 a day, and gas. How much is it going to cost?
I don't know. I'm running an economy car, so I'm hoping gas will be pretty reasonable on the car. They'll get a lot of mileage, you know.
Let's call it 1,000. So 5, 6, 150. 150 a day is good enough for you to eat. So, it's 7 days. All right, they owe you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be gone 7 days.
$8,750 is what they should be paying you before you even get there. $8,750. I'm gonna talk to Carl and Shuli because they can afford that. Who else is going to be at this stupid NerdCon? If you don't go, then how are they going to upcharge everyone for a VIP? Right? Like, who's going to be there?
I don't. Shuli takes good care of me. Carl takes good care of me.
Well, let's see.
Shuli pays me every time I make an appearance on the show. So
but, Joe, you need the money before you get there.
I know, but I just like I said, I just wanted to make sure that everything was right. I misjudged the payday. Now that I'm going to get paid every month from YouTube, I can take care of my own shit.
How much are you getting this month from YouTube? How much are you getting for last month?
Close to $2 grand, I think, month.
Oh, really? That's awesome. That's great. I'm proud of you. That's great. All right.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to talk to Joey. I'll talk to those guys. I'm going to talk to them. I mean, again, thanks, Joe, for calling. It's despicable, absolutely despicable that the dues payer would allow talent to struggle to get there. And I know this sort of happened at the Potsdam debacle. Apparently, even the staff had to pay their own way to get there. But now things have changed. The dues payer claims he has all this money. Let's see. John Edward Melendez, you heard these calls. I see you watching. Let's see if they pay up, John Edward. Keep forcing them. They owe him $8,750 according to my calculations. If you want to say per diem $100 a day, fine. Well, let's call it $8,000. $5,000 appearance, some food, and gas. I don't know how much the gas can be from Florida to Rochester, but it's far. Rochester's 7 hours from where I am. Unbelievable that the dues payer did. Thank you for the super chat. No one asked for Joey C or invited Joey C to NerdCon 2. He is not promoted as appearing. Just because he wants to go doesn't mean organizers have to pay. Bullshit, dude. Joey C is one of the original founders of the Dabbleverse. The original founders, the baby goat. You can't use him and then not pay him. You just can't do it. It's not fair to him. It's not fair that the dues payer is doing it. And it's not fair that Melton breached that contract. This is the first I'm hearing of it. So I'm going to do the best I can to shame the Shuley Network and shame Carl. He's got that big rental property in Cape Coral. Soon to be my problem neighbor down in Cape Coral. And he can't give $8,000 for Joey to get there? It's not that much. Unbelievable.
And he told me to shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah. So back to this. This is when they're getting terminated. I guess that guy Gavin said to shut the fuck up to her when she was yapping while he's trying to fire them.
But did he talk about me the day after? Did I understand?
Next week.
Yeah, so the next week, after Anthony and Gavin show ended, he comes in and it's like, Luby was really fired up in that meeting. And it's like, she's probably the reason why this happened. You know, like
why am I the reason for what that happened?
Like he didn't mean you generally specifically, but he meant like the extra salaries at Compound of people that he thought weren't doing anything.
It's like it's so interesting to me that he said my people looked into the books, into the number. If you looked into the books, into the numbers, and into the whole operation, then you know exactly what I was doing.
Did these people work on the technical aspect? Clearly, they're not performers. But she said she was doing customer service. And was this guy doing what? Because these microphones suck. You can't hear them. The background sucks. This whole thing sucks. And they want you guys to pay and girls to pay to watch this shit?
Also, good luck.
And the only interesting thing that ever happened to them was that they got fired in a funny manner. This is going to be the highlight of their careers. And again, I apologize if they're on the show, but I thought that these were the back end people.
With Otero and customer service.
By the way, the way he put it was, I have two hardcore finance guys.
Hardcore finance
and they have been
guys.
looking at the books of this place hard fucking core, and they came up with, you all should be fired.
Yeah, whoever those people are smart. So he's saying that this guy Gavin who went in to fire him, you don't even need hardcore. You just need an accountant to see no one wants to watch any of you. You're not bringing in any revenue. You all think you are. Anthony's overpaying you, and you need to go. That was the meeting. It was a quick meeting. You don't need to be a hardcore finance person to understand that.
But don't fire us. We're the hardcore
Never,
finance guys.
never.
You need to pay us. Don't ever look twice at what we're doing, and maybe we're a waste of money. But fire the staff that gets shit on the air.
Also, do you know how much I was paid?
$4.
Yeah, I can't imagine it was that much.
I was hired.
Were you hourly?
I was hired for 15 hours a week.
Oh my God.
So do the math. Whatever the minimum of a minimum.
So she's saying she was hired for 15 hours a week. Do the math. Why are you complaining? No one forced you to take this job. She says she's doing customer service. I've never heard of her. I mean, I never called Anthony customer service. I never listened to 1 minute of Anthony Cumia. Wouldn't have any idea who these people are.
I mean, whatever the hour was, I forgot, but it's 15 hours a week.
Oh, no, they're way too hot.
So my paycheck was basically, you could cover the beer for the office.
Yeah, that
So
was
it wasn't like I was paid this
exorbitant amount.
You were paid exactly 15 hours a week too much. I can't stand listening to you for 4 seconds. There's no offense to them. Again, I'm probably not giving you a fair shake just in terms of this production. I mean, this is a great production. I mean, it looks great, sounds great, interesting, eating on camera. I mean, this is what people want to see. They can't wait to pay for this. But you weren't forced to work there.
$100K to just waltz in. I actually, really worked for my money.
Totally.
I'll merge with you, but you gotta kill the Compound studio. Like you can't be paying the studio.
Yeah.
And Cumia probably was like, well, I can't fire Garrett. And I
don't even know who Garrett is. Again, I apologize. I should know this is just not my thing. But people wanted me to cover this merger. I'm doing it. But yeah, this guy Kevin is right. When they were going to merge, they needed to get rid of everybody. I mean, literally everyone. The only one that I would listen to is Art. I know he hasn't been there for a while. Or Anthony. That's it. They don't need anybody else there.
And he was like, I'll do it. And he's like, deal.
I mean, I could see that just because Anthony is so anti-confrontation, But
and I didn't know Steve had a kid. That blew my mind when that baby was crying. I thought it was like a fake baby crying, like as a gag. But I'm like,
No, it's like about to turn a year old. He's about to turn a year old in like August or something.
And you guys had no notice.
We all thought once
if you're getting fired or you're getting dumped by a girlfriend or your wife, you know it. You know it. You should be able to feel it. If you don't feel it, if you're blindsided, you have to work on how you interpret your world. You should have known this no matter who it is. It doesn't matter if it's this guy, Steve or Gary, whatever his name is. And you know if you're getting fired. You know if your wife's cheating. You know if you're leaving a marriage. You know it. 310, go ahead.
Vince, can you get a fair trial in New York?
I don't know. I think I can.
Vince, I have a question. If Stuttering Juan did a 1031 exchange and didn't stay in the property for the required amount of time, I think that on the big gain that Stuttering Juan had in Canoga Park.
Yeah, so you're talking about a 1031 exchange, and that's a legal statute that allows you to not have to pay tax on gains on certain real property transactions. I don't think that John Edward Melendez, I don't know what he did. I can't comment on that, but I know in my hypothetical, the guy actually transferred money from another sale. But either way, I'm not sure if my Stuttering Juan, the hypothetical, thought out exactly what's going to occur now, because my Stuttering Juan, who gifted the property to the dad, he did a quick claim deed. A quick claim deed is very simple. It says, I'm not making any warranties about whether I own this real property or not. You're going to take it. Now, generally speaking, when you do a quick claim deed, you know if you own it or not. People get scammed out of this. There's nobody looking at it. You basically get whatever I have. I'm not going to insure it. No warranties, anything. It's an easy way to transfer real property. Real property is the land, real property, not personal property. So if my boy Stuttering Juan gave away some cash or other type of personal property that is not exempt, then the lawsuit can go against that as well to whomever he gives it to. Thank you for the super chat. Vince, ever thought of a legal show outside the Dowverse? I watch some shows and most of them are boring hosts. I don't even have to read this to know. And thank you very much. Yes, I shouldn't be wasting any time, on this. I shouldn't, because the real market, as you saw from the old Vince the Lawyer channel, which that company was like begging me, just do a daily show on what's going on in legal sense. Yes, absolutely. And I agree with you. Almost every person I watch in terms of attorneys, they have significant following. It's great in terms of the market. It's not like the Dabbleverse here that's small. It's huge. It's basically open to anybody. And that's the market I should be focusing on. I'd like to hear your opinions on the Karen Reed trial and the Young Thug trial. Yes, I'm actually in the works of doing some of that for the old company. But either way, right now it feels like a fucking job to do those shorts. I don't mind doing them, but I feel restricted because it can only be 1 minute. Yes, I technically should be doing that, but I love this too much so far.
Anthony moved to South Carolina. It wasn't going to last that long. And then when they got rid of Mourning and Jameson, that was like we could see it two ways. It was like, wait, are they slowly cutting everything? Or is it like, oh, they cut those two shows, but now we're safe. But then once those two shows were gone, he was paying me, Steve, Drew, Luby to come in and do like 4 shows.
Right.
Wait, so this guy was doing an actual show? I thought he was the computer guys. And I apologize to these guys. I just don't know who they are.
For the whole network, some were daily shows, but yeah, it was just like...
I can't believe that Anthony's network didn't make it with these dynamic comedians here performing for him. Again, this is not something that you necessarily want to pay for. Anthony was just overpaying. He was overpaying these people, and that's the point I wanted to make to him. And I get some bad attitude vibes from a lot of these people.
It didn't seem feasible that would work out.
But you never asked him.
No, we never asked him.
And he just said he was going to keep the studio open.
Yeah, that's what he would say.
And that's what Anthony wanted to do. But once it becomes financially not feasible to do it, he had to leave. And you had to know that once he moved down to South Carolina, wherever he moved, he's most likely not going to keep that studio.
And he would say it on the show when people called in, or would say it when he was hanging out with you guys?
No, during the show or something, yeah. But also with the me contributing to his show, once he moved to South Carolina, it was just a lot harder for us to chime in or do anything because
Right.
a little delay, and he, like if we talked and he talked, he couldn't hear us, and we'd have to repeat ourselves.
Right.
So we didn't want to keep doing that stupid stuff.
Yeah, the timing, it definitely fucked up the timing when he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Which is odd. So they're claiming that once Anthony wasn't in studio, the technical aspect didn't allow them to have in-person live timing, which is the technical people's fault. Now, I don't know if these people are part of the tech team. I thought they were.
Well, they said it fucks up the timing even with when he used to do the show with Gavin that way. Gavin was saying it's on a delay,
And it was. That's why Gavin would come into the studios sometimes and then come in to fire us that one time.
Right. But yeah, also when he had his fake heart attack, I don't know if that was a work, but we had his fake heart attack. You guys filled in for him all the fucking time.
All the time, yeah. We got the best responses out of all the fill-in hosts, and people were like, "These guys are great." We, it sucks Anthony's gone, but we don't mind listening to them. Which is a compliment,
This is the problem in terms of entertainment. I see it a lot from the business side. You put a show called Miserable Men, you put the Bubba Show. No one wants to listen to that. We tolerate it, and we'll say it's great, it's better than nothing, but it doesn't pay the bills. Howard was the only show ever needed during that time, and everyone that had an ancillary show thought that they were a lot bigger than they really were. It's no knock on them. It's just that people that wanted to listen to Howard will tolerate these other shows, the Jay Thomas Show, but they brought in zero in terms of money.
Compared to Anthony, so.
And can I ask for the chat? Did they give you more money, or did you get another $100 like E-Rock would give me?
To do Anthony's show? No, we didn't get paid anything extra.
Oh my God! I can't.
Why would you? The guy's on salary. He wants to get extra money for doing Anthony's show. You're lucky to even be paid anything.
I take that back. Maybe Steve did because he was staying there extra, but I was supposed to be there already, kind of thing.
Right.
But then when it just came in and it was over pretty quickly. Yeah.
Thank God. I mean, I can't even listen to 4 minutes of these guys. And I apologize. It's just not my thing. And maybe my opinion is not the mainstream opinion when it comes to Anthony Cumia because I just don't listen to his show.
And then I saw that clip where Steve was saying how Luby was like really standing up for you guys. And what did Gavin say?
He said, it's funny how the people that matter the least are talking the most.
That's awesome. So I guess that girl Juby, she was yapping in the termination meeting, and that's what Gavin said. It's funny how the people that mean the least are talking the most.
God.
If you're gonna get fired, you might as well have it done in a funny manner.
It's such a prick thing to say, but so
I love it.
funny.
And she wasn't like saying keep me around or anything.
Right.
She was like, when they filled in for Anthony, when they started their new show, I read all the customer support. I see all the tweets. Like everyone seems to like their show. You're making a mistake getting rid of them.
I love that she said that. And you know what Gavin's thinking? I know what he's thinking. Thank God she's saying it because she reads the 5 tweets that say, oh, this is so great that they're probably writing to themselves. And he's seeing the numbers. If you guys are really that great, you would be hustling and earning a living and revenue that he can actually see. But when he came in, he saw the numbers. Despite all what Juby was saying about how great they were from 5 tweets, this guy Gavin saw the numbers, and you're bringing in 0, and you're costing $60,000-$70,000 a month because of the rent and the salaries.
And they didn't really seem to care.
And did he seat you guys on a couch like you were bad boys? How did he fire you?
Drew and I were in our booth seats, and then everyone else was like around the studio desks.
Some standing and some sitting?
No, it was just Gino, Luby.
Gino was there?
God, this guy weaves such a great tale. I can't believe that they didn't want to keep him on to keep doing shows. Someone told me this guy was a technical person, but I guess he was filling in when Anthony had his heart attack.
Gino was there.
Wait, Gino was there and he spared Gino? Oh my God, I didn't know Gino was there. So what was Gino doing? Was Gino like laughing like an idiot? He could have been laughing, but what did he say after? So then Gavin left, and then you guys were all just kind of standing there stunned. And did Gino stick around? Did he leave with his new best pal, Gavin?
God damn, Kevin. Compound questions. I don't listen to you much, but you got to focus in on what you're trying to ask. I get it, but you got to stay focused. No one is above asking compound questions.
No, yeah, he stuck around, and we talked about all the things that happened, but I don't know. He wasn't excited about it, but
he must have known. Gino must have known, right?
He didn't even know the meeting was happening. Like,
yeah, but that's what he said. But you don't think he knew everyone was getting fired? He wasn't.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, where's Chad getting the information from?
We don't know. We're trying to figure that out too.
You think?
Apparently, that guy Chad, the Mud Shark, had the inside information that this was all going down and made it public.
Think Chad snuck in one night and put a mic on the mic?
That's what it sounds like. The way he described the meeting, like he didn't get everything right, but he got a lot of it right. So someone that was in the meeting talked to someone, and then they talked to Chad, or I don't know.
I mean, Chad's fucking Dabbleverse arc is crazy. He went from Black Eye Cumia Country to now the most respected source at Fox News. It's fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, this guy Kevin makes a good point. I saw a little clip on that guy Chad Zumach doing a rundown and an imitation of John Edward Melendez, and it's really good. It's about 2 minutes, but he was spot on what you would miss if you didn't see John Edward Melendez's show.
Unbelievable. It really is fucking fantastic. All right, so listen, you don't have to answer all the questions, obviously, but were Steve's wife and your wife furious, or they just was like, they thought it made sense?
Well, I had warned my wife, like, let's not make any summer vacation plans, because we knew the studio lease was up in the middle of the summer, and we were like, I don't know what to do. So, she was mad.
That studio is probably between 15, maybe 25 to 30,000 a month.
The way it ended, how it went about, but we were all kind of expecting it. I don't know how Steve's wife. She seems to be taking it okay.
Yeah, Steve's stuck with a baby all the time now. He's like, well, if you're going to be here, hold the fucking baby, you piece of shit. Keith told me when I was quitting the first time, he said, he goes, that was when they switched billing companies and they lost all the subscribers because I guess they thought they'd save money with the new billing company, and they switched and they were going to transfer all the subscribers to the new billing company, and it didn't happen. And Keith told me, he goes, me and Anthony lost $750,000 last year. I'm like, you guys are idiots.
So apparently what happened was Anthony was on a subscription model, meaning you had to pay every month, and then they switched billing companies, and apparently they lost a lot of subscribers just in the technical switch of it. Of course, Anthony's going to have to eat a lot of money if that occurs.
Idiots, man.
Oh, my God.
I'm sure they didn't, because he was basically crying poverty because he's like, I can't pay you much more because we're losing money. But it's like, okay, well, don't lose money. Don't switch. If you got a fucking good, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So they had this billing company.
Easier said than done if you're not in any type of business. It happens. Mason in Portland, Joey's lucky to have you, Vince, a true friend. He's right, and Joey will get paid. He's owed this money, and I want to pay before he actually starts traveling to appear. And I don't agree with Rocco saying he's not invited. Of course he should be. You're having NerdCon 2, and you're making people go all the way up to Rochester. This is all about what Joey does. Joey's a huge, integral part of the Dabbleverse, and he should be compensated accordingly, especially because they shafted him on the first trip out to Vegas.
And I guess somebody said, we can do it for you cheaper, and they fucked it all up. So they're supposed to just transfer all the subscribers they had with the one billing company to the next one. And that's when all the billing probably started getting all fucked up, where people are complaining they couldn't cancel or they signed up once. People have DM'd me. They said they signed up for like a trial period, and they've been getting it for free for the last 5 years.
I know. I just started hearing that too. And people were like, oh, I signed up and got the app, and then I didn't pay anymore. But if you go to the episodes, you could click like listen to audio.
And that's the technical people's fault. So you guys are getting paid there by Anthony, taking his money, and you didn't figure out that people were able to access the show for free, and you did nothing about it?
You could just listen to every show.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah, funny. That's funny. It's funny Anthony's been paying you this whole time.
Ask Aaron about when Stuttering John was at Compound. All the times he was there a bunch of times, right?
He was even at Anthony's house before we moved to Compound.
And these bunch of whiny little bitches. John Edward Melendez would go to Compound. He performed for them. And then they complained that he left a few 20 or 30 beer cans on the floor. And they were complaining that John should have paid him for the studio time. All a bunch of bullshit. John didn't charge them to actually go there. John's a star amongst all these other people, including Anthony.
And I hated him the first time I ever met him on the show. He was annoying. And I don't know if it was the first time he was a guest on the show, but he went to our Christmas party, our first ever Christmas party.
Christ.
And he was like, the odd man. It was just like Keith and his wife and Anthony, his girlfriend, and me and my wife. And then he thought it was like,
never have a Christmas party. No one ever wants to go to a Christmas party. If you have a business, I don't care if it's small or large, do not force your employees to go to parties. If you want to reward your employees, give them the time off. Give them the day off for Christmas that you have the stupid Christmas parties. No employee ever wants to go to a Christmas party or a summer picnic or anything to do with work. Nothing. I know it seems nice. Even a work vacation would suck. If you got the whole crew together and you went on a trip for a week, no one wants to go. If you want to reward your employees properly, do it by giving them time off, time away from the business.
He's at the Howard Stern table, and he decides to try to make fun of me, like, oh, look at you wearing a collar and all these dumb jokes. Yeah, and it was like, who the fuck are you? Get out of here. This is our Christmas party, and you're trying to make fun of. It was weird. And then, when he got to Compound, he would drink all the beer, and then there's a story of how he wanted to rent out the studio afterward and said he'd buy us beer and pay us, and he did neither of it and just left all his empty beer bottles on the
You should be grateful John Edward just shows up at your damn studio. Give me a break. You're going to charge him to use a studio? You're going to charge him for the beers? You should be buying him many beers. You should be paying him to even be there and utilize that as content.
Get out the studio to do a show or have a party?
To film his, one of his podcasts, I guess.
Big fucking deal. It was 1 hour and they crying like such little bitches.
So you always disliked him.
What was your guys' pay at Compound a year? Nobody else humor like yours, just being funny. Thanks. $70-something thousand.
Way too much for this guy. Way too much. And again, I don't know who you are, but from your attitude and what you're telling me, man, you're getting overpaid. And that's why they couldn't sustain the business. You weren't bringing any money in, and then you're crying because you have to do 1 or 2 shows when Anthony's not there and weren't getting paid any extra. Thank you for the super chat. Who picked a new name for this pod? Fire them.
It was a year. But that was supposed to include my health insurance. Health insurance went up 6 times the amount when I first started 10 years ago, so you can only guess.
That is true, because even for our employees, health insurance used to be like $200 for a single person, and now it's like $700 or $800. Maybe that was for a family, but health insurance premiums have increased significantly.
He was saying he made about the same as me, but who knows?
That's. I hope anyone who complains goes back over their salary and realizes that like $80,000 a year for 10 years is damn close to $1 million.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's a lot of money.
You're welcome for that.
Yeah, give my ex-wife that much, and I didn't even fuck these guys.
I actually cared for my job, Like, I know that it was with me on.
Hold on.
Too hot?
Hold on.
Oh, this guy is so annoying. And it's so rude to do. First of all, stop eating on your podcast. Get rid of this stupid background. And when a girl's talking and you eat something that's hot, it is so rude to do what you just did. Because she's mid-sentence and you're drawing all the attention to you like a big fat baby because something you're eating is too hot. Very unprofessional. It's very rude to Juby here.
I know that it was a lot on and off.
I don't know if okay. Alex Johnson, been on Compound since 2019. Me too. That's when I started. Like the February or January 2019. So really right at the beginning of the year. Me and you started at the same time, Alex. Haven't paid since 2021 and still have premium sub. Did a trial and it just never ended. Love you boys. Yeah, that was the thing that happened.
Yeah.
Often.
And I've also heard that it was like you could, if you have the app and you were signed in at one point, you could always go to the episode and hit listen to audio, and that will play. That's what people were calling up and saying, so they didn't have to subscribe.
I remember from when I started there, people saying like, hey, I've been watching this for free for like 2 years.
Then why did you go and tell Anthony straight away? So you sit there for years knowing that Anthony's getting fucked over by a glitch and you do nothing? It's fucking disgraceful. And these guys come in, and it's not easy for what Anthony's doing to start up a podcast and pay all that overhead for the studio, which they don't really need. And these guys allowed this to happen, and they're bragging about it too. How about going and telling Anthony this, and then more importantly, finding a way around it, how to fix it? It's freaking disgraceful the way that they were treating Anthony. And I don't know if Anthony knew about this, but ultimately, it would be nice if the people that he was paying brought this to his attention and found the solution. More importantly, found the solution for him. Instead of looking at each other, laughing at each other. This guy's smoking over here. Smoking is a clear sign of weakness. It shows that this person is not in control of his life. He needs to have some form of toxic smoke go through him. Don't smoke if you want to be a leader.
And I'm just like, tell someone about it. And there was like apparently no way to fix it, and I'm like, how is that possible?
Oh, really?
I don't know. Because I didn't look into it other than telling.
Look at this loser. Yeah, you didn't look into it. How about looking into it and look into it until you find the solution? Don't go to sleep at night until you find the solution. Stay in that studio until you find the solution. Do you know how value you would be to Anthony if you actually had that grit and determination instead of just, oh, Anthony, I hear that we're getting ripped off, and then do nothing about it? Nothing. You would still be employed today, or you'd have your own business. Either way, you got to have that grit. You can't allow that kind of thing to happen. It's significant. You're not bringing any revenue in. At least tell Anthony when revenue is going out and find the solution, more importantly. And don't go to sleep. Don't leave until you find the solution.
Like, hey, guys, someone said me this was a problem.
Maybe that's why they changed it at the end to you had to sign in every fucking time you went to the website.
I assumed that's what it was, but even then, people apparently you could still log in with your unsubscribed email, and you were able to somehow get in.
And you still did nothing.
That fucking company had tech problems that were retarded.
But weren't you guys the tech guys? Again, I apologize if you weren't, but this is what I was told.
Day one.
From day one.
It never made sense because Anthony was spending shit tons of money on all these
services, these
internet, these web.
Yeah, and you idiots knew that people were getting it for free. He's spending money and the revenue's not coming in because they're getting it for free, and you're not doing anything to help. I'm not saying you have to come up with a technical solution, but come up with a goddamn answer. Find a vendor that can figure it out, and you will be the most valuable person to Anthony.
Providers and shit, and they would just fuck us in the ass. It was insane.
And I mean, at least easily once a month, the website would just also not post any of the episodes, even though we.
Then you go out and find someone new. You find 12 people new. Have them come in and present to you. Have them come in. They'll do it for free. Evaluate what is going wrong. And then you narrow it down to 3. And then you present them to Anthony. Say, Anthony, I found 3 different companies. Here's what they're offering. Here's how they can fix the problem. Because we're losing money every single month. But you keep paying me. I have no problem taking the check. You would be so valuable, Anthony, if you did that.
It all in the.
And that goes for the people working at TSN or anywhere. Don't just throw up your hands. Oh, it's not my problem. You will be a star. A star. And there's not many stars in businesses, but you will be a star if you did that and had that attitude.
Back end, and then there would have to be some note or whatever to the help desk there, and then they would blame us and say we changed things and we did it, and then all of a sudden it would just magically get fixed, even though we didn't change anything.
Dude, every month, shows wouldn't load, shows wouldn't be able to go live, and we're like, what the fuck's wrong with the website? We have the exact same routine every day to make this shit work, so why isn't it coming on? And we would contact the company, Otera, and we'd be like, hey, this isn't working, what's going on? And their immediate response was, it was you guys, something on your end, you're doing something.
Then you find someone new. You find someone new. If you're contacting this company, Otera, whatever the hell that is, find someone new for Anthony. Find 3 vendors new, and he'll make the choice. But don't let it go every single month. And don't leave that goddamn studio until you figure it out.
Wrong, and we're like, it's impossible.
Yeah.
We have the exact same computers and programs doing the exact same thing every fucking day. We don't. How could it be on our end? And we'd argue back and forth, and then all of a sudden, it would.
I promise this will be the last time we're going to hear from these guys. And guys, I wish you luck. I hope that your pay platform is going to go well. It looks like it will. I mean, I hope it does. I don't know who you are. I was told you had something to do with the tech aspect. That's what I wanted to see. I don't like this loser mentality. But if you were just the entertainment, fine. I'm reading you wrong. But either way, this is a bad attitude to have.
Be fixed as if someone waved a wand and everything would be working. And we're like, oh, you're right. It must have been on our end because we didn't change anything. And they would give us shitty suggestions like, change the stream key to this new one. And it's like, why? Okay, here we go. I put this new stream key in. That one doesn't work also. And then they would be like, why are you using a different stream key? That's probably why it's not working. It's like, this is what you fucking sent us. You told us to do it. You fucking piece of shit. Everything in tech and in like podcasting entertainment that I've learned so far from working with Compound and when we would rent out the studio to other teams of people that were in podcasting and in production, the second something's not working, it's just this.
Yeah.
Your job isn't to fix the problem. Your job is to figure out who you can say this problem is because. And it takes forever to get anything back online because no one's trying to fix anything. Everyone's just like, well, it can't be me. It can't be me because I, even though I changed several things on your website, it's fine.
I'm sitting here furious just listening to this loser mentality. Just a goddamn loser mentality. It's a government mentality, government employee mentality. When I go to my dad's office, he works for the federal government. You go there, there's a vibe of calm. It's nice. No one's worried about keeping their job at all. It's beautiful. You can work for the government for the rest of your life. But this bad attitude cannot stand. It would not stand. Now you guys are on your own. Now you have an opportunity to show what you got, and your audio sucks. These microphones suck. I don't know why he's using the shield here. But either way, you spent all that time taking the money from Anthony, and every single month it seemed like there was a problem that you didn't solve.
Fine.
There was one problem I was having back in April where, we start the stream and it's just the coming up next logo. And then when we post the video, we have to tell the website, start the video at this time to skip all that stuff.
Yep. But that's going to be hard. We have to have also, I just reminded myself by now.
Speaking of which, I saw that the Dues Payers show last night, it's funny, had 47 minutes of opening and bullshit on introductions. Dues Payer, no one needs to know who you are. We all know who you are. You have no new audience whatsoever. Zero. You don't have to introduce Bob. We know Bob. Get on with the show. There's no point in doing an intro song. We don't need it. You don't have to tell people to smash that like button, to subscribe. They're all there. We all know it. It took 47 minutes. So someone put a link. They had 10,000 views, 10,000 views and 22 comments. 10,000 views, 22 comments.
Not saying phage that we need an uncensored version of the show at least once a week where we just show porn and say the N-word.
Yeah.
We could probably do like
these two need an uncensored show so they can show porn and say nigger. Is that what they want to do? I don't understand why white people have such a issue with that. Now, you know I'm 1/17 black and don't go around bragging about it, but I don't understand why they want to say that word and show porn on a show. The show sucks. But if you want to say a word, go ahead and say it. YouTube doesn't ban it. Not at all. I don't understand why white people use this phrase N-word. Never heard it once. Not from my black side, not from the white side. You only hear it out in public. Just say the word. If you're so keen on saying it, if you have to say it, makes you feel good, then just say it. You'll get some respect from some people. I've never met a black person in my life that says N-word in private, ever.
Like a Rumble
I don't think you could show porn on Rumble, though.
BitChute?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I have that Vimeo account that we could
show porn on there.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we could probably do
these guys. Let porn be porn. This is what I tell people when it comes to YouTube as well. Because YouTube is definitely more censored than most of these other platforms, but it's obviously more profitable. Let porn do porn. Don't worry about porn. Do your thing. I mean, the show's got to get entertaining at some point. You can't rely upon other people's work completely.
Do one Vimeo a week at the very least, and we'll show, all the stuff we couldn't and say the words we can't say on YouTube. Because I understand being on YouTube is gay as hell. It's the most restrictive fucking platform.
It is.
But it's the one where if you want people if you want more people to watch your show and if you want to gather more of a following, then the people behind your paywall that have been the same people for you got to go on YouTube. You have to do it. There's no choice. It's just everybody uses it.
YouTube has great features. It's like easy to watch. It has like you could scroll Twitter while you're watching the video. It has like a pop-up thing and the skip forward and all that stuff. It's the live chat.
I can't take much more of this. Can we just move ahead? I mean, guys, good luck with the show. I don't know what you plan on doing. I just can't listen to anymore. Let's get into it before we get out of here. This was actually one of the old compound meetings. This is in the studio that they're talking about. Obviously, that's Anthony Cumia is doing a Howard Stern impression.
Good morning to you.
That's hilarious.
Robin.
Look who it is. We got Bob Levy, Joke Man, and John Ever Melendez. I mean, this is a great lineup if you're into the Stern show. I never saw this before. I didn't listen to Anthony at all. I guess that's a virtual background because that wouldn't be the background from the building that Anthony was in. It's a shitty building that he was in, but it didn't matter as long as you make the studio look good, which they did.
Jackie, John, how are you?
Hey, Howard.
Levy, how are you?
You look good, man.
Grillo.
What the hell's Grillo doing there?
Where's my baked potato?
Oh, man.
Where's my baked potato?
Bob, I'm having flashbacks, man. Beat him, Fred.
Right, Fred? Right, Fred?
Right. Right, said Fred.
For the Howie copter. We'll go to the Hamptons.
Oh, man. We're all fucked.
We're all fucked. Well, this is nice. This is everybody that I've shunned.
I think that is true. So you hear that there's a restricted list. I know Bob's on it. I know Grillo's on it. I'm sure Anthony's on it. I don't know if the joke man can probably return if he wanted to.
Reasons the locks were changed, right?
Yeah, change the locks. Yes, look who we're here with, everybody. What a load of fun this is.
This is gonna be good.
Of course, the lovely and talented Reverend Bob Levy.
Thank you.
Jackie, the joke man Martling.
Thank you, Howard.
John Melendez. And Steve Grillo. How are you, sir?
Why the fuck am I all the way over here, man?
Ran out of room. I know. It's bullshit.
Grillo, the youngest there out of that group, and he looks the worst.
The only chair that would fit you should be sitting here, not me. It's all he had.
Oh, do you hear Grillo? Levy should be sitting here, not him. Fuck off, Grillo.
It was all beer belly, right?
Like that,
Yeah, that shit gives you beer belly.
I remember
man.
Jack used to go because I used to go down and get him like lunch when they had like a writers meeting, and he would go.
Oh, listen to that. I used to go down and get Jackie lunch when they had a writers meeting. Does that imply that John is not a writer? Because to me, if you're a writer, you have to be there for the entire meeting. You would send an intern or another person down. John's always claiming he was a writer. Casey kind of contradicts that. I don't believe John was. I don't think Howard ever viewed John as a writer. I think Howard viewed John more than a writer. John, I think he viewed you as an entertainer. Goofy as it may be, he viewed you something a little bit higher than a writer.
All right, give me 3 hot dogs, everything on it, and then and then a gyro with all that white shit on it.
I tell you, the Jackie impersonators are the scary.
Now, for those of you who don't know Anthony's origin and his connection to the Howard Stern show, it was very similar to the path that the dues payer took. Remember, the dues payer would call in from his parents' basement while he was unemployed, and he'd wait on the line for hours upon hours, and he did it for years. And after years and years of doing that, he finally got his big break to work there. This is Anthony Cumia coming in to do a Jackie contest. So they were looking for any crazy fans that could do a Jackie impression. And this was Anthony's big break in terms of actually meeting Howard and getting in the studio. So don't fault just the dues payer for doing something extremely embarrassing. Anthony had to take his chance and do it as well.
Greatest people I've ever seen.
But it seems that everybody can impersonate Jackie.
Yeah, everyone can impersonate Jackie. This proves that anyone can impersonate Jackie. What is your name?
My name's Anthony from Rod Good.
Anthony. All right. And yes.
Oh, yeah.
Anthony, do you have anything to tell us?
Yes, what's black and white and green?
What is that?
My wife having sex on the lawn with the colored.
We know Anthony loves racist humor, and I do too as well. And we know that Jackie's wife at the time once had sex with a black guy on the lawn. So it was very good and smart by Anthony to come in with that type of joke that's relevant and that's a racial joke that everyone loves.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is Sam Kinison. Hey, Jack, you want to do some Vegas stuff with me, man? We'll, go out there with the Outlaws, have some fun.
Oh, where's the money? Where's the money?
And Jackie is all about the money. Let's see if the Dues Payer can convince Jackie to actually go on the Dues Payer show. I know he'll be able to grift those fans, shake them down for a few $100 every time he does it. Now, the other question is Bob Levy leaving? Who knows? I don't have any information about that because the Dues Payer keeps implying that. Bob comes into the Dues Payer show. He doesn't have the background that's proper. He puts on Levyverse, which is great if he can do it. The Dues Payer allows him to do it. I think Bob should make a pitch for the Joke Man to come on his show as well.
Green! I love green! Green money! Green weed! Oh, yeah!
Hey, what are you, a professional comedian or something?
Yeah, that's right, Howard. How you been, buddy?
Hey,
I've been
good to
dead
see
for
you.
quite a while, you know.
Yeah, I was thinking of stuffing your body and taking you out on tour. You're much easier to work with
Yeah,
now.
that's true. I was pretty obnoxious there. It's not too good being dead. Those Christ jokes not going over too well these days.
Very similar to the Dues Payer who would come in with his Bobcat Goldthwait impression. Anthony was doing a great job here. This was the first time ever Anthony Cumia was on the Howard Stern show.
Boy, he's good. He might look odd, but he's good.
Yeah. That hasn't changed.
You want to hear his Beavis?
Oh, yeah, you do a Beavis?
This is like the dumbest contest I've ever done and stuff. This sucks.
Go back to your Kinnison. All right, very good. What is your name, Anthony?
You're stupid.
What's your last name?
Anthony Cumia.
And you're not a professional, are you?
I work on the Opie Show on WBAB.
Is that right? What is the Opie Show?
It's Opie, 7 to midnight, WBAB.
I don't even know what that is.
Opie's a guy that sort of does your show on BAB at night. He takes a lot of phone calls. He's outrageous. He's a young guy.
Big fan.
A big fan of yours. Big fan.
Well, obviously.
Which is interesting. Obviously, we know the history that those two shows become uber successful. Anthony becomes very successful working with Opie. And they do have conflict with Howard going forward.
But hey, who isn't? But meanwhile, you do a great Jackie. That's all I can say.
And a Diet Coke.
And a Diet Coke, of course.
John Melendez looking good there. He has a jean denim jacket on there. He looks good. His shirt, hair, he looks good. I mean, Bob doesn't look that good. I mean, Bob looks better now than he did there.
Right stuff. He didn't mean your cum, John.
Levy.
Fucking
Levy.
Fucking Levy.
Always has to go.
Nobody's
that extra
fucking
step.
Levy.
Consistent.
Nobody's fucking leaving, Anthony. Not even my wife.
Who's fucking Levy, right?
Nobody. My wife.
Yeah, I don't know which wife Bob was on. It may have been 6 or 7 at the time. This was only a few years ago. He definitely wasn't married to Gina, I think, at this time.
Call him. Shut the fuck up over there. That's why you're.
Whoa.
Jesus.
Oh.
A little more commentary from the fat ball.
There's a few reasons. You smoke crack.
No, I'll tell you exactly why. Because my son. Oh.
So they had a tweet come in, and it's claiming that John Melendez's lighter would actually have a huge flame.
You'll love this story, dude.
Uh-oh.
We'll be a judge.
Yeah. Don't pre.
All right. So my son, loves to learn new things. And
Well, son.
So you taught him to smoke. No.
It's attempting to bring an outside party into this.
I can't.
Well, John's referring to Oscar, his only son, his only biological son, and he's going to say a story that he's going to swear is going to be great, and it probably will be. And that's what we heard Jackie say, we'll be the judge of that.
Situation.
But he figured out how to. He goes, hey, I want to see. Apparently online, they say that you can make a lighter look like a flamethrower, and so that's what it is. So
Is that what his voice sounds like?
I was going to ask his son.
I know. What am I, 5?
How about the alphabet? That'd be a good one.
Yeah, just throw the kid a lighter and a can of gasoline.
Just think he's in the top 3 percentile in math and social studies. The kid's a genius. So this is what you're gonna love. He's not yours. Yeah.
John was in the percentile that made the top 3% possible.
And we know John wasn't in the bottom 1/3, as Carl, Lady K, has proclaimed that they're telling us how great he was at math. We still haven't seen Carl's report cards, but either way, John was not in the bottom 1/3. But he's talking about Oscar, who obviously moved on to Harvard with that huge asterisk where they were not requiring at the time SAT scores.
No, but he's a hacker now, right? So he's managed to hack into his school's computer.
Oh,
does that? But here's my favorite part. And I hope my ex.
That's a real good thing to announce, I think.
Yeah, that he's a hacker. It's great. He's like government installations. He's working with ISIS.
You should see all the shit he steals from school.
You know what?
His whole room is full of the stuff he stole.
Listen, I'm unfiltered on this show, and that's the way I go. But anyway, so I'm divorced, Anthony.
Oh shit!
He's mad at me about something.
Nah.
Oh, yeah. Everything's
It's fine.
You want to move the dick?
Apparently that's a dick to you, but we all think it was a pussy. But anyway.
Wow. Oh, there we go.
Okay, I didn't know.
All right.
Okay.
A little redirection.
Thank you.
Oh, so he moved the real dick. Anyway.
I think he might have been trying to perk up your story.
No, but,
That's what I'm saying.
So I'm divorced.
Oh, yeah. So Casey went into the studio. He gave a few cool stories. This is a long show. You want to go check it out. It's on one of the Compound channels on YouTube now.
Right.
Yeah, I do know that.
All right, so my son lives with my ex-wife and her boyfriend. So he hacks into my...
So at the time, the boyfriend is the half-black Aaron Turner, who his ex-wife, Susanna, was dating at the time. They are now married.
Ex-wife's boyfriend's computer. The guy's name's Aaron. So he
This is
hacks...
good. You're actually selling him out for a crime right here,
Yeah. So he hacks into his computer and he changes his mouse. When he clicks left, it clicks right. When he clicks right,
Is that all he did?
And I'm like, you shouldn't be doing that.
John, just because that hack was not funny at all. So basically when Aaron would click left, it would go right and right, left. Not that good by Oscar. I would expect more out of Oscar actually going to Harvard. There's a lot better things he could have done to Aaron's computer, especially try to get his stash of white porn. And the guy loves snow bunnies. He's half black, but he's definitely into snow bunnies. He didn't do much, Oscar. Just changing the click left or right. Probably not the best story. Bob does not look like it's entertaining him at all. I don't know if Bob was stoned. I'll ask him during this show. But Bob looks 100 times better today.
And then
That's all he did? No, did he go into the pictures?
No, but then the ex-boyfriend goes up and goes, Oscar, how do I fix this? I don't know what's going on. He goes, I'll help you. And he just fixes it. But I mean, he is.
It's the little battles and little victories, isn't it, John?
Yeah.
With an X.
I thought it was pretty funny. But, we'll go
now, let's all get a consensus here. John said we were going to love this story. I tolerated it. What do you think?
I want a cigarette.
You want a cigarette, Jack?
I think the kid's going to miss the family reunion because he's going to be in jail.
That's why he's got a 97 in school, because he's breaking into the computer, right?
He's just brilliant. He's brilliant. That's all I was saying. And I was saying, because I don't think my ex is watching the show.
Probably not.
Yeah, and there's no chance anybody will tell her about it.
Or send a clip or anything like that.
No.
Well, anybody who has...
It's not going to be on page 6 tomorrow.
No.
I'd be happy if it was.
You know why it's not going to be? Because it is already. That's why.
I thought it was kind of... listen, I applaud that he's able to do that.
He's got talent.
And I said to him, I go, so you'd be great. You can work for the government. He goes, no, Dad, I'd rather work against it.
Oh, man. Now, you really are trying to get him in Dutch.
Right now, ISIS is hitting him up.
Remember the good old days when kids would just let the air out of people's tires?
I am kidding around. He didn't say that.
Let the air out of tires.
Let the air out of tires.
One thing you got to give John R. Melendez credit for is he will always use his kids in order to be the basis for a joke. We know right there that Oscar, obviously a minor, and he has no problem using a minor child as the basis for a joke. And there's nothing wrong with that as a comedian. Nothing wrong with it at all.
Some eggs.
Maybe a brick in the windshield, but not switch the mouse. That's,
My son
hardcore.
My son likes burying live hookers alive in the yard.
Live hookers alive.
Yard, yeah. Yes.
I might have to ask Jim Norton for a few numbers of these prostitutes. I hear they just leave.
Yes.
Is that what happens?
Well, Charlie Sheen had the best line. He goes, I don't pay them to fuck me. I pay them to leave.
Leave.
Yeah, Grill. Charlie Sheen came up with that line.
Afterwards.
How many dead hookers does it take to change a light bulb?
How many?
Obviously not 6. My basement's still dark.
Love you, bro. Oh, you gonna hang out and have some beer? Oh.
Man, that is just
Interesting dynamic. So right now, Casey had told a story how he almost bled out on a hospital table because he drank too much and he had a drinking problem. John obviously making fun of the fact that he can't drink now, but these two, which I was friendly with both of them, still dislike each other to this day.
Dangle it in front of them.
Don't do that.
No, I won't do that.
The guy's got to go to Rent-A Center to get a fucking pancreas. Leave him alone.
How could there not be something that gives you a good boozy buzz and doesn't cause any of the problems?
Well, let's talk about what Casey's doing right now. Casey, what are you?
What are you doing, Casey?
I'm squeaky clean, man.
There it is.
I'm talking to successful women during the day. So, it's a good game.
Show, but, where can we find it?
WRNW1.com.
So what is the, call numbers? What is it?
WRNW1.com. Women's Radio Network.
Oh, okay.
And they're successful women. That's what you said.
Yeah. They're successful women, and they come on. It's there was a woman I talked to last week who had like $500, and she was victim of domestic violence. Now she's a billionaire. Stories like that are inspirational and stuff like that.
Wow, I'm a victim of domestic violence. Wow, yeah, we went through before I even knew Casey. There was these rumors that what he was doing wasn't on the up and up. I totally debunked it, even though at the time Casey did want to kill me. And you saw at the beginning of this, Casey and I now are really close in terms of friendship. We do have some things in common, but either way, this was a good show. I don't know if like having 5 or 6 people from the Howard Stern Show at the same time is that great, but it's a good watch if you're into the Howard Stern Show, which I am. Again, I'm not into the Cumia side of things, but we were away this weekend and came back. We're able to pull this show off, and I will see everyone back here on Wednesday. Again, if you heard any legal advice, do not follow it here. That's not legal advice that was done on the show. If you have any legal questions, get your own attorney. Don't rely upon anything I said here, whether it's the hypothetical, starting Juan, or dealing with John Eric Melendez. But it's going to be interesting to see, due to New York's change in the law. Thank God for my Democrats who implemented the portion which I love, is the fact that if someone transfers something to someone and it violates our new law that my beautiful Democrats put in, now the person can collect attorney's fees in addition to undoing the transaction or getting a judgment against the mom or dad, whoever it may be, sister, brother, anyone who actually was in receipt of the assets that were done via a fraudulent conveyance. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Stay tuned, and I won't go public with it until you'll see it. Either way, I'll be back here on Wednesday, 12 noon this time. Hang with Vince. Are you in? Compromisable?
Compromisable.
All right, Clay. We'll see you back here on Wednesday. Wow. All right, let's go. I'll see you back here Wednesday. Hang with Vince. Good time today. I will see John Eric Melendez. Hopefully he's going on. Maybe he's on right now. I do miss the show. I didn't see it yesterday. All right, Clay. Let's take it out here with John Eric Melendez. All right? And KC, I'll talk to you a little bit later.